Virginia Woolf is held up as a feminist icon, and her radical writings describe the birth pangs of the modern age. But her personal relationships were also radical and can show us all a path to live and to love on our own terms. Virginia was born in London, South Kensington in 1882. She was the daughter of an author and a model, but her name wasn't Virginia. She was christened Adeline Virginia Stephen. Woolf came later, and she was known to her family and friends as Ginny. Her half-sister was the radical painter Vanessa Bell, and with Vanessa, Virginia would go on to co-found the innovative thinking group, the Bloomsbury Set. This included E.M. Forster and John Maynard Keynes. Now, Bloomsbury was a bohemian part of London, and this is where the family moved to on the death of Virginia's mother. Her mother's death had a huge impact on the young girl and would have repercussions for her entire life. Virginia is held up today as an icon of feminist literature, and her ideas were radical at the time. She believed that women could never have freedom until they were financially independent of men. And in her book, A Room of One's Own, she advocated that women should have at least £500 a year and a place to call their own.
Not only was Virginia's writing radical, her relationships were too. She was married to a man, and by all accounts, they had a loving relationship. But she had a lover too. Her name was Vita Sackville West.
The love affair between Virginia and Vita played out over hundreds of romantic letters and was intensely passionate. They first met at a London dinner party, and initially Virginia was cooler than Vita to the prospect of the affair. Her nephew and future biographer has suggested that the inkling that she had feelings for a woman made her shy and feel almost virginal. But the affair did deepen, and her radical, gender-fluid novel Orlando, published in 1928, has been described as a love letter to Vita. Virginia suffered from mental illness her entire life, and this would see her in and out of institutions. Fearing she was becoming unwell, in 1941 she took her own life. Vita was devastated by this news. She described it as a loss that can never be diminished. Despite her relationship with Vita, Leonard and Virginia had a really good marriage. In her suicide note, she thanked him for his love and understanding and said no two people could have been happier than us. And for me, there's a lesson here. It's about working out what works for you in your relationship and not allowing society or anyone else to impose their rules and their conventions on you.